Hello, SNC1D. It's Mr. LaRusso here. I'm going to take up those questions in electric circuits that I assigned yesterday. So the first question was to draw a circuit diagram that had a 6-volt battery, a switch, a resistor, and a lamp. Well, let's take a look at the solution at number 1. One of the things is we should try to draw these things with rulers. Of course, a little harder with the computer here to get these perfectly straight because I had to freehand this, but normally you try to draw these as carefully as possible. So this is our 6-volt battery. Now, I drew it like this. You don't necessarily have to put all the cells in here. I put in the 4 cells, and the reason why is because each of them is 1.5. Most people just draw the battery like this with 2 cells, and that's enough. And if you just label 6 volts here, that's good enough too. The positive and the negative should be labeled on either side as well. Although technically the order doesn't matter in this case, it should be our, I drew it as a resistor, then my switch, and then my lamp. And to draw the lamp, you just put a little curly thing in there. And this is sort of an old school style light bulb that used to have a filament that heated up. So simple as that. Draw that with straight lines, and then we're good to go. Question 2, it said, find the voltage on a circuit that draws 10 amps and has a total resistance of 200 ohms. Well, first of all, that means the voltage is what we are trying to find. And the current, the amps is the current, which is our I, and the resistance is 200 ohms, which is our R. So if we go over here and look at our formula triangle, here's how the formula triangle works. If you're looking for V, down below, I beside R means I times R. So if you put your thumb over top of the V, that gives you I times R. Or we could just use the equation directly, V is equal to IR. So substitute our values in. V equals IR, so that's 10 times 200, that's 2000 volts. Easy peasy. Next question. Find the current on a circuit that has a voltage of 40 volts. So we know the volts are 40 volts. The resistance is 10 ohms, and we're trying to find the current. So in this question, we are looking for the current. We were given the voltage and the resistance. All right, so to generate the formula, we put our thumb on, or our finger on top of the I, and then we can see that we have V over R. So the formula becomes I is equal to V over R, which is 40 over 10, which is equal to 4 amps. And then our last question, find the resistance on a circuit. So we're looking for the resistance this time on a circuit that has a voltage of 120 volts and a current of 10 amps. So we're looking for the resistance. We know our voltage is 120 volts and our current, which is I, is equal to 10 amps. So using the formula triangle, it's R that we're looking for. And if we're looking for R, that's going to be V divided by I. So R is equal to V over I. That's 120 divided by 10. And that gives us 12 ohms. And there's our final answer.